Hi, my name is MJ Bumgarner. Um, Thank you all for being here. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about how love marriages differ from arranged marriages. And I am in the Master's of Arts in Teaching program with a biology concentration. So let's get started. I'm going to zoom in. Oops, that's not right. Sorry. I'm going to zoom in and go to the introduction. So let's talk about what is a love marriage and what is an arranged marriage. A love marriage is when partners select their spouses and they have time to get to know each other, or arranged marriage is between two people who don't know a lot about each other and they dive into a marriage. What we do know about arranged marriages is that they're declining. There's not a lot of research on arranged marriage, but the research that is out there is pointing to a decline. And then there are variables that affect marital satisfaction, and those are love, intimacy, happiness, and satisfaction within the marriage. So my research question was, are there differences between marital satisfaction in love marriages and arranged marriages? And I predicted that marital satisfaction can be found in both arranged marriages and love marriages. So let's take a peek at the three studies I looked at. The first one is Myers et al. They looked at 45 people living in India in arranged marriages. And they gave them 2 questionnaires to complete on marital satisfaction and wellness. They looked at questionnaires they were used, whereas the characteristics of marriage inventory and the wellness evaluation of lifestyle, and the data that they collected, they compared to existing data on couples in love marriages living in the United States. My second study was Matilda and Bischoff. They looked at 3 groups and they compared the results from the 3 groups. They looked at Asian Indians living in India in arranged marriages, Asian Indians living in the United States in arranged marriages, and Americans in love marriages in the United States. And so they also used one of the same questionnaires as the first study. They also used the characteristics of marriage inventory, and they looked at 4 factors. They looked at love, loyalty, shared values, and finances. And then the last study, Loving et al., they looked at newlywed couples and, and they looked at how spousal power or marital power in the relationship and how it affects their health. And they did this by examining ACTH and cortisol levels in the husband and wife. And then over here is my results. These first 4 are from this study, Matilda and Bischoff. And I had a typo. I realized I had a typo. If you see 2 over here, I meant to type 1 for Myers, so I apologize for that. And then the last 3 down here are results from the stress hormones. So let's look at the discussion. Oops. What did I just click on? There we go. Okay. Paused. No. Okay. So then let's look at our discussion. Myers et al. Found that there was a significant difference in importance between marriage characteristics, but not in satisfaction. While importance characteristics were viewed differently in India and the United States, the same characteristics did not affect one's marriage satisfaction. And so there was no marginal difference between marital satisfaction and arranged marriages compared to love marriages. In Matilda and Bischoff, the one with 3 groups looking at 4 factors, they found differences between the 3 groups on total importance and total satisfaction. They saw that there was shared values was ranked higher with both Indian groups than the US group. And they saw that the Asian Indians living in America in arranged marriages reported being more satisfied with their marriages overall than participants in the other two groups, which was pretty interesting. And then finally, our third study, the one about stress hormones and health, Loving et al. Revealed that the less powerful spouse showed increased ACTH response to conflict, and there was a overall consistent effect with spousal power on the endocrine response to conflict. And they saw that wives in the study were found to have a higher average of cortisol levels, which I thought was pretty interesting. And they revealed that romantic relationships may affect women more so than men in terms of health. Some limitations were that only 2 out of the three studies looked at both arranged marriages and love marriages. Loving et al. The stress hormones study did not look at arranged marriages. It was primarily in, it was all in the US looking at newlywed couples and love marriages. The significance from these studies is that marital satisfaction can be found in both arranged marriage and love marriage, which is awesome. Characteristics within a marriage like shared value, love, importance, loyalty, finances, those can vary between arranged marriage and love marriages, but there is marital satisfaction in both, which is awesome. So for future research, I think what would be really cool to study next would be looking at how does sexual intimacy differ in arranged marriage and love marriage. I predict that sexual intimacy will be stronger with arranged marriages with more time. I would look at both arranged marriage and couples in arranged marriages and couples in love marriages. And I would want to have a large data pool. I would want to look at newlyweds, couples after 1 year, couples after 5 years, couples after 10 years, and give them surveys and compare all the results to each other. I would expect that love marriages to have more sexual intimacy at the beginning of their marriage, but I believe that arranged marriages would have a consistent intimacy, while love marriages would start to have a decline in intimacy. And this would just better help us understand if there is a distinction between love marriages and love marriages and arranged marriages, and just look through a different lens. These are my studies. I'm going to zoom out one more time so you all can see the whole poster. Ooh, too much. Thank you all for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the forum. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys.